Whoops, just a little bit too late. Hi. Hi. Timing. I'm bad timing. Hello. 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 Let's get music in the background. But it's not just me. Lord, no, not just me. More. Ah. Soft background music. Hi! Timing? What? Who? You with your locks. There's lots of locks. Lots of locks happened. Many a lock. Which I appreciate. How are we all doing? Are we good? That's the... I was trying to sort things out for how things go. Oh yeah, it's the Ides of March today. Tumblr reminded me. And yesterday was Pi Day, and I didn't even mention it. Mainly because the date's the wrong way round from Britain, so... I guess... Does April have 31 days? No, it has 30. Okay, so we can't really do it. It's the Stabbath! That's the best name for it. Stab some pies, indeed. Duolingo mentioned Pi Day today. Really? Didn't mention Pi Day to me. How dare it? You have very personalised ones there. What it makes me do is it makes me say, oh yeah, it's the 11th of November. And it just confuses me. I know you're trying to teach me dates, but it's making me say those sentences. Right, this is hopping over to the thing. Oof. Maybe you will make a pie! Miss Pie. I was listening to the Rayman music and this was what was going through my head. Yeah, so, okay. I will allow a message which has in all caps, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, that's fine. So if you want to shout, I'm going to kill you at me now, that's cool. Give me a notification like, hey, it's Pi Day, here's something about math anxiety. Oh yeah, they do have a new thing of like, we now have a new app to learn basic maths, which is fair. So I guess that's what they were doing. I've turned off all notifications for Duolingo because screw that. Look, you don't know what I have planned for next Wednesday. Because next Tuesday is the game stream. But it is also, I rediscovered recently while searching through some old bits and bobs on my computer, the 5-year anniversary of me submitting my PhD thesis. Or submitting the corrected version. So I was considering doing a stream where I doodle my way through an explanation of what the hell it's about. Entirely through analogy. I don't expect anybody to actually understand maths. But if I can get an idea into people's heads of like what the point was, well, not the point, it's maths. But what the intention was. That's probably the better expression. Explain it with pies. I can explain it with slot machines and portal guns. And if that doesn't pique your interest, I have literally nothing else. Why is it like that now? Because. Yeah, but why? Because. Why was your answer wrong? Yeah, exactly. Given how much we have complained to the owl that they don't explain what, like, the answers to their questions, I don't think them doing a maths course is a great idea. Sounds fun though. I look forward to not understanding your words. That's fine. Exactly, one person here who can maybe get it without analogy, and that's maybe because you're a stats and ed pass. You can kind of... should be fine. I have done multiple, talks in various places explaining it to people who aren't necessarily algebraists, so be fine. Don't worry. I probably won't actually... If I can get people to understand, like, half of the abstract, I'll be happy. Great way if you want them to break into the headquarters and throttle the owl themselves. Oh no! Owl no! I assume the owl is the CEO. Yep. CEO and head programmer. They also write all of the questions in the Tower of Babel. Anyway, so we're gonna do all things. We're gonna do another random one because I got bored today, and I finished the pigeon. Let's show the pigeon from last time. We got the pigeon dragon from 16 Symbols, and I started it on stream and finished it earlier today. Here it is. Big old pigeon dragon, gonna come stomp on you. I'm gonna come to do a stomp. Big Borb. Came out alright. I vaguely remember how to do my fondant style. They do a steppy, big steppy. Turns out, however, if I just wanted to do a quick background, it's quite difficult to do a quick background of the top of the tree canopy. I don't know how to do that, so it just sort of looks like green. It's very good, jump. Thank you. Anyway, so that's done. So what are we doing now? I don't know. That's what this is for. Imagine living in a world where these are a regular thing. They might not be a regular thing. There was goop going around, you know? Although I like to imagine they are a regular thing. They're fine so long as you don't annoy them. And we annoyed them. Cool. So, just as a reminder, this is attached to a list of things that I said I would draw at some point and haven't. This includes things from previous projects, like stream projects like 16 Symbols or Project Via. There's at least one from the Forest of Doom, I remember. It also has some personal project stuff in there. It has some things that involve me designing things I've never drawn before. All sorts of bits and bobs. And it's random, so I don't know what it's going to be. Imagine living in the world where there's at least one, as well as a Corvid variant. Yeah, exactly. If this is the Crow Dragon, I'm re-rolling. Anyway, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, still covering things up. I need to turn that off. It's fine. What have we got? The bucket room. Do you remember the bucket room? I like the bucket room. Actually doing something from Project Via. The bucket room, and probably also the bucket because I quite like the bucket. Right, well now I've got to actually find that somewhere. It's going to be interesting. It's environmental art. I never really do environmental art. Which is one of the reasons I wanted to do Project Via. Is to do more environmental art, and then I didn't do any. Sums me up pretty well. Streams. Bucket. The bucket helmet. Yeah, exactly. Draw throughs. Project Via. Art. Me. I still have all of the art that people made. There it is! The bucket and the bucket room. Ooh, fancy. Oh, this does involve designing stained glass windows. I just remembered that. That's fine. That'll be fun. For a certain definition of fun. For some reason, I thought it meant like a janitor's closet. Maybe that's what this is. Nobody can remember what it's for, so it's just used to store stuff. So yeah, this was from Project Via. This was in the Golden City. And I came up with this idea of sort of like some really cool armor pieces that are sort of hidden away behind various things. And in order to open the doors, you need to assemble a suit of armor on the stand, and that is the gilded bucket hat. Bucket helmet of some description. So yeah, I wanted to draw this. This is a thing. Why not? For Bucket Boy, yeah. I think this wasn't for Bucket Boy.
I expect a different, highly detailed story in each window with no repeating patterns and a different color palette for each window.
I was with you right up until different color palette. There's one thing about stained glass windows is I hate it when they're gaudy. right? I'm not saying you need to be like, you know, monotone, duotone, whatever, but turn it down a bit. Okay, where the hell do I start with? You get hidden away for a second. Right. It's the Golden City. Gaudy's their thing, exactly. We could start. I guess the bucket's more interesting than the room at the moment. Or I guess I could do both on here in the same layout. Just grab that and work with it. It's the thing with random. I don't know. I don't really know how to start.
What about fourth sketch?
But what about fourth sketch? Where's that picture? I need that. Should I make that into an animated thing that people can do, like exclamation mark sketch and then just a little gif of Pippin comes up? Got it! Good. It wouldn't be that difficult. Anyway, or I could just have a little emote of Pippin. Right. Do I want to do the bucket or the room? The bucket or the... That's... I mean, I could just build on these original sketches and just work with it, rather than starting afresh. Feels disingenuous. Should we? Yeah, I'm gonna save this time.
Closed on account of vermin.
Vermin? Where? Right. Okay. Well, now I've got to find the thing again because I went on a merry Pippin chase. Vermin. Grommet. Sure, let's just grab this and work with it. You don't need the stick necessarily. So how's everybody been today? Have you been having a good time? This has been a good Wednesday. I also think, actually, I'm going to nudge it a bit. It's a little too tall. Just needs a bit of a squinch. Otherwise, not terrible. Okay. I'm working with it. I'm doing good. I did the good thing. Are you proud of me? Okay, so... I don't think we need... I'm probably going to do the room in black and white, then flesh it out with colour, then make the stained glass windows separately and sort of overlay them. That's probably the most sensible way to do it. The bucket, we could probably just paint in straight colour. I imagine it's like a silver base with gold trim. Or maybe it's entirely bronze or something like that. What's the best? This is the reason concept artists do things in black and white. So then you put the colour on afterwards. Let's do that. Let's do it in black and white, put the colour on afterwards, and I don't have to worry about it. Gives thumbs up over bowl of soup. Soup. Worked out, went to vote. Ooh, voting. Did RPGs, got unreasonably angry at the owl. Hey Dark, the next RPG Chib's a part of, can there be like an owl as the villain? Just an idea. Okay, we'll start with the bucket. I think that's a sensible thing to do. What I will do though, actually, is I will give myself a little bit of a hand with some guides. Some handy guides. Let's That's something like that. Actually, hang on, I can do it like this, can't I? Pokemon! Louis Zhong, you surf. The music today is brought to you by Louis Zhong. Thank you, Louis. The music is very good. Oh, why are you doing that? Okay, no, hang on. I know what I'm doing. And no, I'm not making it unnecessarily complicated. Well, you'd be forgiven for thinking I am. Digitax is now sorting through emails and grading. Did you get that thing sorted out from last night with the different file types and such? Or am I going to get hit over the head for reminding you that it exists? In between. Well, yeah. Yes, but no thanks to the website. Fair enough. Ooh, hang on. I have an idea. I've never tried this before. Let's give it a go. I'm gonna do it like this. I already messed it up. This is gonna help me in the long run, I promise. Okay, I have myself a scale. Well, now attach a scale to the middle of that bit. Stretch it out. Oh, Clip Studio, you're not helping. Two about there. I'm gonna grab another one there like that. Put the pivot point at the top. Date it over there like that. Swoosh there. This is what I'm doing is unnecessarily precise, yes, but it's me. So as well as English translation, water. Google Translate gives you water authority? What? Oh, provincial elections. Okay, right, okay. You're in charge of whatever water's in the area and how to handle it. Well, that's good. I wish that was part of something we could vote on here. Drawn a shape and futzed until it looked okay. That's art, baby. Right, guides are in place. What does this mean? If I make them, well, actually, if I merge them together, and then like make them a color that stands out from red, I can then start adding more circles that will fit in perspective, so long as I match them up with the little bars that I made. These will be contour lines on the bucket. Is this necessary for a quick painting of a bucket? No. But this is at least a little bit of an insight as to whatever's going on in my brain whenever I have to make a shape with a uniform contour. As ominous music plays in the background. Okay, we can get rid of the guides now. Just add a line. There. There. Close enough. That is the guide for the bucket. Cool. We have contours, everybody. Let's make it slightly more readable, because readability is handy. That's not the right one. That's what I don't actually want anything on. Where am I? What is this? That's that one. Okay. Runes. Oh, that's the point. I need to watch the little video that Jeep made. Time. It's waiting in the wings. He speaks of senseless things. Okay. Okay, this is a bad idea. Cancel. What I will do is I will merge all of those little guides together, and then that should be a little faster. A little bit. Then try and match up the original sketch. Close enough. Hope provincial elections are more aligned with your views this time, because last time the alt-right party that you despise with your entire heart got the most votes in this province, but they have lost a lot of popularity and also splintered like crazy. That's what you want to hear. Pooch being a little brat! Oh no! Give them scrunches! Don't have to watch that. I will learn how to watch it. Learn to draw the boobs. That was struggling. Ah, it's fine. Right. So, bucket. Let's get basic bucket up before we worry about anything else. The gilding can be on a separate layer. So I'm going to call this guides. Actually, no, I'm not. Delete it. Call the layer bucket guide. Make it nice and small. Right. Now we can do things. With stuff. It's probably actually let's save myself time again. I'm just saving myself time all over the shop. Create selection from the bucket guides. Add it to this layer. Like that. And then just fill it in. So much art happening and not a single thing drawn by hand yet. We'll be getting there, Right, I want this to look metallic, and also it should actually have a thing on the top, shouldn't it? So we're going to want this to go in ever so slightly. Oops, wrong eraser. Doesn't get scritches for being a brat. Oh, why not? Got that. There also appears to be a bit of an indentation here. And keep that relatively uniform. As this music plays. And this will also be where an eye thing is. Is there going to be anything on top? That will be gilding. We don't have to worry about that. Okay. We have a bucket shape, roughly. Blanky acquired good comf. Did I upload the comfy emote? Is there a comf? I did. Right, okay, we have a thing. Now, let's lock its transparency so that I don't accidentally draw outside of lines. Actually, hang on. Let's just... Again, let the computer do as much of the work as possible. That's the wrong thing. Hang on. This is why I made the guides fall. Do you remember the guides? I made the guides. There they are. Allow me to work out which direction things should be going. Thick bucket. Let's not make it that thick. Done. What do you think? Blankets, duvets, and pillows. Get your duvets. Right. Now, I haven't done any studies on how metal reflects light and stuff. I just reckon and see if it works. So don't try and use anything I'm doing as a kind of guide on how to make things look metal. But one thing I do know is it makes light go bouncy. So there's going to be lots of sort of weird bands depending on where the light's coming from and what it's doing. Probably going to be some sort of reflection on the back. It's got very high sort of reflective Fresnel. What I'm thinking about now is Hyacinth Bouquet. Metal, very shiny until it's not. Ooh, that's where the complicated stuff comes in. What if metal not shiny? Then they're not metal, obviously. What? Oh, what? Someone left their bread in your place, please come collect. Oh no. Since bouquet fan art. I've already done that. I've done Hyacinth Bouquet fan. I mean, granted, she had a pear for a face. But I think that counts. A bit of blending these together. Trying to work out the best balance of light for this. Feels a little more likely. And they make the shiniest of metal. You are untarnished. Clink. Elden Ring jar. How many coloured bounce lights are there going to be on this bucket from the stained glass windows? None. What I could do, I could cheat. I could take one of the stained glass windows and then just sort of warp it over the top of this on like an overlay layer. And then just add a little bit of colour to it, you know? Right, the other thing I need for structural importance is... Actually, no, I could do that on the gilding layer, couldn't I? That's the great thing about drawing in an art program, is the 3D information doesn't actually matter. All that matters is how things work visually. So I can just add a hole on top. Cheetah! Yes, right, let's get basic gilding. I guess if I was somewhat sensible, I would try and do this in 2D, symmetrically, then wrap it around using some sort of liquefying nudging thing. Oh well. So let's get these. Now, do we want these? I kind of made these look quite sad. These eyes, because they're not following the contour. If you look, here's the contour, and it's going up from the contour, which makes it look sad. Do we want to actually do that? Whoops, I drew that on the wrong layer. Careful with layers, everybody. Careful with layers. Bucket boy, the saddest boy. Oh no. No, bucket boy, don't be sad. Actually, no, I should probably also dark. Then there should maybe be a little bit of a bright rim around it. If you want me to explain anything I'm doing as much as I possibly can, do ask. Otherwise I'll just plow ahead doing whatever the hell it is I'm doing. Okay, that's already at the brightest possible value. Until I get white in here, anyway. That looks sort of like a bucket with holes in it. Just keep plowing. And as I say, the great thing about art is I put those holes on top. That's not how holes work. Also, I'm a digital artist, so I have access to tools that allow me to push things around. Assuming I actually use the right tool. Witchcraft! Eye holes, it's off to a weave hole. What? Right, next. We start with the gilding. Just so I have a solid colour. I also just did this randomly, so I have no idea if this is good design for gilding. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to this 1980s chat show. Very sad, this helmet. Probably be upright. Yeah, upright. So why am I using this brush? Need something more solid for this. I'm blocking out colours. I need a blocky thing. That's quite nice. Not sure about that. That's Cran! Who knows the tragic history of the Bucket Knight? Why they went into battle? I don't know, but if I make a video out of this, I'll make something up. Okay, so let's try and match this on this side. In perspective. Guides my help. There's tragic tale of the Bucket Knight. And then Bucket Boy gets his helmet and carves a big smile into it. Aww. Good old Bucket Boy. Soon to be ruler of the Golden City. Okay. So now I try and work out what on earth I was doing up here. I think it involves something going like that, but now I need to make sure it's straight. And lining up with the center of the base. It's fine. If I were just doing this as concept art, I wouldn't worry too much about all of this, but hey, I like to try and do things properly if I can. That. Because the idea is to make something that looks pretty and gives you across the idea that somebody else will then turn into a finished product. Unfortunately, this is as far as this is going to go, so this is the finished product. So I want it to be nice. I feel like sculpting it would be easier. Probably, yes. Quite a lot of things that I make recently, I'm like, do you know what, this would be easier in 3D? Or, do you know what, this would be easier if I just made it physically? The medium is important for a particular piece of art, but since when have I ever done things properly? Very angry that you didn't put clean sheets on your bed this morning and you're too tired for this, Malaki. Oh, I understand. Turn that off for a second. How does this look? Generally alright. Get rid of the guides, I think, for the moment. Yeah, I guess it's picking up too much. It's fine, the gilding will not be too high up on the old thing. Quite like it in green, actually. Like a rusted copper, maybe? Yeah, I'm not opening Blender. Honestly, with the amount of curves in it, the way I would actually do it in Blender is I would draw it in 2D flat, and then wrap it round the thing, and then set up some sort of embossing shader that takes the 2D image and turns it into a 3D emboss. And honestly, that involves me drawing it by hand anyway, so... The room, on the other hand, that probably would be much easier in 3D. But that's not the point of this exercise, is it? The point of this exercise is I wanted to try and learn how to do environments by hand. Again, that was one of the major goals for myself during Project Vita, and I didn't do it, so I might as well do it now. He says he's not doing it now, he's doing something else. Anyway, I may have some painting commissions coming up soon, so this is good practice. I mean, I wouldn't do it like this, but the edit. Pull a Julia, make the entire room in Blender, and then paint over it. I have done that before. That is actually not a... I wouldn't make a whole room. So I did that with... Foggate, didn't I? Do I have it here? Let's see if I can find... Legacy, Foggate. Here we go. There was Seath, which was bad enough with all the books. But I did the final room. I was trying to do it by hand, and I could not for the life of me get the perspective to look right. So here is the last couple of panels. And it was this room here with all the sort of circular bits. And I just couldn't get the perspective to work right. I tried to do it by hand, and I tried and I tried and I tried, and it didn't work. So I thought, screw it, let's go into Blender and just put in some circles. And now I know what the perspective's gonna be. I'll take that and I'll draw over it. This, really easy to make something like this in Blender. Obviously I didn't put in any decoration or books or anything like that, because that's a waste of time. But if you just want a perspective reference, that's a good one. I think I did it for Artorias as well, actually, now that I recall. Yeah, that was the thing. And I just knocked it up in Blender beforehand. Again, really easy to make something like this in Blender. What Julia did, on the other hand, during her, I can't remember what it was a Full Metal Alchemist character or something? No, it was a different anime, about a post office. But yeah, what she did with, like, making custom furniture and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that's a bit much for me. Right, let's go back to gilding. Right, so... something like that. That one's not going to be visible. That's fine. Here I'm going to do... something right. That's better. Maybe when rendering this, or rendering the shading on this, I can add a little spiral in there or something. Flow's got to be right for these things, and this isn't right. It's too big. Hang on. quite nice. Now to replicate it over here. Roughly. Getting very close to that, which means that I'm not in the right place. So what's happening? What are people doing now? What are you doing while you're whiling away the evening? People up to anything fun? That's the issue with these streams. Because I like them because it makes me do stuff. And I never know what I'm going to do, and I get things that I've said I wanted to do done, and it's all cool. But then I never have anything to say, because my life is dull. It's not incredibly accurate, but... Make up a story. Once there was a man named Jim. And he lived happily ever after. If that's going to be where the thing is, it'd be nice to have a little bit of gilding around here as well. Something simple. Oh, you're doing the dishes, then putting clean sheets on the bed, and now you're in bed with tea and toast. Tea and toast in bed. Want to do something, but also, yeah, I know that feeling. That's been the last week for me. But I got the pigeon done today, and that's the most productive I've been. Okay, there's also something going on down here. If I do the last bit that's going to be symmetrical, it's going to be this bit. Even then, there's not going to be an awful lot to show. Oh, alright. What I'd probably actually do if I had some sort of story to this is I'd try and make this gilding help tell the story. As it stands, I'm just trying to do something that doesn't look stupid. Of that you say you don't draw environments like you didn't draw all those Cluedo rooms and sets for Beyond Foggate. Literally all the environments you drawn in the past. Look, the Beyond Foggate environments were already there. They're there in the game. I didn't do nothing there. And Cluedo was my first attempt at doing environments properly. Sorry, Honcho. And it went well. And then I never did it again. Which is why I want to do it again. Doing one collection of environments in the last 5 years. Does not an environmentalist artist to make me, although I'm never going to be that, but that's not what I want to be. I think that'll look fine, right? Yeah. Now, I don't have to worry too much. I can just sort of draw. You have to make sure it makes physical sense, but other than that... What collections have you made in the last 5 years? Well, it's what you want to do, you know. We've done nice environments. Immediately I'm thinking of that picture with the harpy and the producer. There's a nice environment there, right? There's like columns and light shining through them. Once. There you go. Something that looks cool but you don't have the patience for. Well, this is why I'm not doing it regularly, but... Every now and then, it's nice to scratch the itch, you know? There are actually a bunch of environments for the ICO in the random generator, so... Eventually on this series, we'll get some more interesting environments. I like how I started this off with like, let's get the brushes out and do some nice metallic shading on this truncated cone, I guess. Is there a word for that, Ragdoll? Truncated cone? I want to say frustum, but that's more a pyramid, right? You'd do something like that again, but you'd also rather die. This design tells the story. Very fancy. Fanciest bucket you ever did see. Must be from a wealthy family, or is it a blacksmith's apprentice whose work didn't win them anything at the fair? And they should have won because look how fancy the bucket is that they made. Unfortunately, they put holes in it for the eyes, and that's bad for a bucket. It ceased to be a good bucket, and thus it was marked down at the fair. And then something happens on the back. And it's all very pretty, and I don't have to draw it. Maybe it sort of pokes up through here. And is never seen again. Don't know like that. Okay. There's some gilding. Now let's make it look like gilding. Right. It's gone. It has disappeared. What I should do is something like this. Cover up all the bits. Perfect. Now it's like I didn't even draw it. Moving on. Frustum is for truncated cones and pyramids. Oh, there we go. See, ragdoll knows. Something is at a truncated cone in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me something. Until we decide this is the main character in a choose your own adventure door through. Well, that's not up to me, is it? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat. Pull this gilding. No, I have no idea if this is gonna work, but give it a go. Wrong way around. Right, good start. Oops. This is why you make auto actions for things you do quite a lot. What did I do? Okay, tutorial. So this is something I do a lot. I do embossing, or what's the opposite of embossing? Entrenching? Engraving, that's the one. So what you do if you want to emboss something or want to engrave it, you can copy the layer. So I've just made a copy of the layer, and I'll, for the sake of demonstration, I'll turn it black or something. There it is. Well, you're going to want 2 copies of the layer, and you're going to want to set it to a relatively dark grey, if possible. So you can sort of lock the transparency and then set it to that color. If you have 2 copies of it, the first one you set to add, and the second one you set to subtract. Which way round you want those is going to depend on how dark or light the thing underneath is. But because they're add and subtract, they're going to cancel each other out. Sometimes they won't cancel each other out because things get too dark or too bright. But either way, because they're add and subtract, they're going to cancel each other out. And because it's a relatively dark color, they're not doing a huge amount. The brighter the color, the stronger they're going to work. Then what you do is you just grab one of them and you just move it. And you get that. This is me grabbing the add. There it is. Big old add. It's a bright one. And I want that to be sort of further up. Actually, I don't want it to be further up. If I set them both to clip to the thing, that means they're not going to pour over the sides. So if I drag the subtract one now, then we have the... Oh, actually, no, I don't want that one to clip. There we go, look at that. So now I'm moving the subtract one down and to the left, which means I'm going to get a shadow cast as if though something were from the top right. And where I've moved it away, the add is still there in like the top right part, so that's making those bits brighter. And I have that set up as an auto action, which means I don't have to do it manually every time. Auto actions are real good. This is not perfect, but it gets you a decent chunk of the way there. In particular, the shadows obviously aren't going to be quite lining. In fact, actually, it might be helpful if I make this slightly bigger, and then the shadows will be more pronounced at the bottom than they will at the top. That makes more sense for a curved object. It's a good starting point. Hi, Kara. Sorry, late. Was sleeping. I was sleep. Good. Need to look back on the VOD. You're not taking any of this. One day when I make my mega tutorial on all the things that I do, this will be in there. But it's for the top snip tip. Wizard affectionate. Yes, that is my. Hang on, I can show you my auto actions, can't I? I have a list of them. There they are, up here, and this is emboss. There's also drop shadow, blue glow. I use that a lot. Inner glow, I never use that. Copy merged. Oh, I use that all the bloody time. That's a command that Photoshop has by default, but Clip Studio doesn't, so I made my own. That just copies all of the layers as are visible. Expand fill, also useful. Less useful once I found out that the fill bucket has its own expand. Extract white from card. I have no memory of what that is. That was for something very specific, but I did it a lot. Colorful multiply. That's the thing I keep talking about how I'm making colors all nice and shadows all nice and colorful. Red cyan chromatic aberration. That was for my chromatic aberration video. Extended stroke. No memory of that. Dot multiply. I'm using that for Poltermon. That's for to get that kind of dot comic effect. Couldn't get switch twitch to work. Oh no. Expand by 1 pixel. I use that a lot. I have that set to F3. I make a selection, then go expand, 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 expand. Copy selection to new folder. That's useful. Convert to image material as well. That's also useful for things that I do, where I have to resize stuff, but I don't want it to go all mushy. Need many top snips videos. There's so many things I want to make videos of. Time. Right, anyway, let's merge these together. Actually, do we want to merge these together? Yeah, let's merge it together and then we'll deal with the consequences. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. Make another gilding copy. Merge these together and then set that clamp. Oh, I know. Create selection from the gilding. Add the selection from the bucket. And then anything that's not there, bugger off. There we go. Now we're strictly contained to the bucket. Hey, started streaming on the iPad. Again, it works on the Switch. It just needed company. It was nervous. Still very much a traditional artist, just drawing on an iPad. Don't understand programs at all. That's fair. Whatever works, you know. But if I can help people, that'd be great. Okay, so now we have to make this look like actual gilding, rather than just this very harsh line situation. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and blur a bunch of stuff. Actually, hang on. A little bit of light blurring everywhere should be fine. Oops. Yeah, if you look on like my YouTube thumbnails for VODs and things like that, usually I use some sort of emboss thing or whatever for a title because it makes it look fancy and it's real quick. You want to help, you want to understand the tools at your hands, you just don't. Then I will hopefully do more videos, maybe. Maybe the next video will be one of those. End up working on days for anything you render and you're never truly happy with it. That's art. But if the technology can help make shortcuts, which is great. So I will, hopefully I can help with that. There are some things that can be automated. Because those bits are really boring and not really artistic. Stuff like what I'm doing now, actually, but I don't think this can necessarily be automated. Probably can, there's probably somebody who knows an algorithm, but I don't have it. Okay, I'll get around to the rest of it. Let's just do stuff by hand for a bit. Because I want these things to be a little more like this. We've got the basic sort of fundaments. Fundaments? Is that a word? It is now. I want it to have a bit of form. Oh, it's going to take longer than I thought. There's also no rush or anything to it. It's fine, it's just I have a massive list of things I want to do, and that's one of them. And time! It's waiting in the wings. He speaks of the mindless things. The script is you and me. Oh, aren't you glad I did this instead of the room? Oh yeah, also Kara, we're doing the bucket room from Project Via. Probably should have mentioned that. Stop talking like we're not joking. Look! I have a made-up reputation to uphold. I don't know what it is. They'll throw a bucket at me. Bucket will look like a bin, but it's the same thing. Yeah, basically. What is a bin but an all-purpose bucket? Still been enjoying this a lot despite not knowing what you'd make. Well, I'm glad. Friends doing good draws is always amazed and fascinated and also vibing with the chill music and mood. Yes, you're talking about you in this stream. How dare you intercept my joke? It's almost like you know me. I was going to ask if we could raid them. You know me too well. I must change up my style. Having most of the gilding in the part of the picture that's already the brightest colour is a bit difficult. That's what the white's for later, because I know I have no self-control now. One of my neighbours is having fun outside, skidding their tyres. "2023 is the years that we're nice and kind to ourselves." Too late! Should have given me a heads up. 2.5 months of my usual shtick. There's a bit of fluting, make it feel a bit more interesting. Ah, yes. Okay. So, one thing I did have neglected to mention. I intend at some point in the near future, and by in the near future I mean this month, to start doing some morning streams my time. You know, morning GMT, or BST soon. And basically, we'll be doing this, essentially. This or commissions, depending on what I have and what people want me to do. Obviously, no point doing commissions if the person who wants me to do commissions doesn't want me to do them live, but morning, the crispy parsnips time. It's always crispy parsnips time, except when I'm asleep. Please leave me alone. And yeah, well, I want to keep doing this because this is good fun. I like this, and soon we'll be starting the Final Fantasy 9 draw through, which is going to take up these streams, so we won't be able to do this anymore. And I feel like the morning streams are an ideal place to do this instead. Apologies for anybody who lives in a time zone for which morning streams are grossly inconvenient, but there's always VODs. I know it's not the same. There's not going to be a lot of chatting and a lot of. It's going to be this, right? It's going to be this sort of laid back sort of feel. Throw rocks through my window until you answer us. I'll just assume it's the cat. So yeah, that's a thing I would like to start at some point, either this month or the end of, or the beginning of next month. So yeah, just so you know. I probably won't be doing them every day, obviously, because I've got other stuff to do. But I'm thinking couple of 2 or 3 times a week, maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that. I mean, Friday. Well, I don't know. We'll work something out. Whatever people want most, because I'm here whenever, you know. I'm always bloody here. Oh, and there may be a little interference for stream times in the next couple of Saturdays. I'm not entirely sure yet. People have told me that I have plans. You know, one of those. I have been informed that I'm busy. Cat can reach my window? No, but she does tap on the window below. She used to be able to tap on my window, and then I moved to the second floor. First floor. Not the ground floor. Honestly, might already be up by the time you stream anyway. You should get sleep, Kira. People have told me I have plans. God, what a mood, yeah. There's family gatherings, you're gonna be there. Right, okay. To be fair, I haven't seen these people for like 3 years. And they're nice people. You know, over the last half a decade or so, we've stopped entertaining the whims of those areas of our family that are not worth the time. So all that's left are the people who actually are worth the time. So that's nice. I at least have that. Oh, whose idea was this? Will there be cake? We're going to a pub, so maybe. This Sunday you might not be there for stream, oh no! Or, oh yay, depends on what's happening. Might be something really fun. Where you are, I mean, not on the stream. I'm not gonna go, oh yay, Cheeb's not here, let's do something fun. That's not what I mean. Let's do a line of action, shall we? By a line of action, I mean the center of the embossing. And by embossing, I mean... No, it is embossing, yes. Should really be doing this for all of it. Pubs have burgers! We went to a different pub recently last time, and it had very nice burgers. Can recommend. Go to pub, get burger. It probably has to be a specific pub, but I'm sure there are plenty of pubs out there with absolutely awful food. Oh, I haven't blended this. That's probably why it looks a bit weird. Start with the blend! I remember I put this off till later, and now it's later. God, what an awful person past Crispy was. Oh, all a mess there. Whoops! But also, on the note of the Wednesday streams turning into morning streams because the draw-through's starting, hopefully we can start the draw-through soon. I'm still trying to get enough music for us not to be driven mad by hearing the same things on loop. But it is getting there. It is actually getting there. Music is being done. Hopefully it's nice. It literally just has to be background music, and I keep forgetting that.
Chris, you're futzing too soon.
I'm what now? Futzing? I've never heard of such a thing. Hazel, you're talking nonsense again. It's Grandma's 90th birthday! Ooh! Hat both, Grandma Cheeb. Yes, hat both. Oh, have you listened to that good music? It's amazing music right there. I heard it was done by Son Crispy Parsnips, truly an unrecognized talent. It's unrecognized because you listen to it and then you drift off.
Futzing.
Still futzing.
Fartsing.
Closer.
Futzing.
This is very adamant. This is a hill that Hazel's gonna die on.
Fatsing.
Ah! Close. So that's probably as close as we're gonna get.
Futzing.
Ooh. Fartsing. This is like the Red Dwarf scene of trying to teach Crichton to lie. Swear. I'm fatsing. Too soon. Or am I? What if it's not soon enough? What if I'm too late? What if I footsed my last thing? That's what I need to do. Sort of narrower band of light. There we. That's it. That's it. I'm learning things. Grandma Chief's got a big birthday, and you're gonna sit there for several hours trying not to get overwhelmed by the noise and not talking to anyone until we can leave. Standard. You can do it, Jeeb. I believe in Yeeb. Grab cake. If there's no cake, bring cake. Then it makes you look nice because you brought cake, but also you have cake. That's good. This here, this is good. This is what I mean when I say I try things and then eventually they work and I'm like, yes, that bit. Do that again. I really recommend Loop's earplugs. Poor Loop. Always having their earplugs stolen. It's working now. Always going to be slightly different from place to place in the general sphere of light going on here. But They've saved you so many times in family gatherings. Nice. About a dust in the throat. Yeah, this is why I like digital painting at the moment, because I don't really know an enormous amount about it, which means that I relatively frequently get moments of like, that worked! And then I get to do that 6 or 7 times, and then I've got to come up with another one. Dusty old snip. I'm a dusty old snip. I were left out in the vegetable garden for 15 years. Plant. Still there. I have bread cats on the list. Best cats. Right, now I've got to fix a bunch of this that didn't make sense at the time because I was just trying to put something down. Wrong layer. Much better. Much better. I'm understanding. He's learning. He's learning. They're afraid. What? Yeah, so much better now. Things! Sorry for being quiet, this is very chill. How dare you! You ever go at me for saying stuff like that? You're not allowed to say the same thing. Nah. That up a bit. This is a turnip. Weapon. That's the man! Yes, I can, Jeeb. Ich can. Wow, what a complicated sentence that was. I probably got it wrong. You can't. Yes. I can! I feel like it's missing texture now that I've sort of blended it all, so let's just swipe in a bit of text here and there, a little bit of scrumbly doos, a little bit of crumbs, some squiggles. A little bit of pencil blossom. Better. Feels a bit better. 100 days! I did 100 days of the Dutch. Under the Dache. I can't believe I stuck with it for so long. It's just gotta have people to chat with it. Chat to about it. Problem is, I'm losing the ability to speak English. 100 days of Dutch. Ik spreek Dutch. Wel, ik spreek een beetje Dutch. The more languages you learn, the less you can speak any of them. It's, the people who are usually the best in their field are the people who specialize in that and nothing else. So... if you're a generalist, this is something I came to the conclusion of a long time ago about myself, which is that generalists are never the best at anything. Jack of all trades, master of none. But better than a master of one, I believe is the slightly condescending original phrase. The point being, I am a curious person, and I like to try things out, and I get bored if I try and do the same thing over and over again, and I'm never very good at getting something to be precise constantly. I learned this back when I used to play the trumpet. It was like, I always make mistakes, always. Doesn't matter how much I practice, how much I focus, always make mistakes. So I'm just not somebody who is gonna get things perfect. And I don't care. I'm quite happy just trying stuff out. Which is why I didn't become a musical performer. Because screw that. But I didn't even think about it, because I'm like, no, I prefer writing music. I prefer exploring that world. I'm never going to write a hip-hop song, but I don't care. Generalism is fun, but it also comes with the curse of knowing that it's just never really going to be that significant. Unless, of course, you're like Paul Erdos or something. Means I'm not giving chicken talks at conferences, yeah. You wait till next Wednesday. Chicken, 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 chicken. Modular representations of elementary abelian P groups, chicken. To chicken or not to chicken? That is the egg which came first. Okay, that seems alright. For now, let's give it a handle and a stick. Oh god, it's already 9. Well, I did this. Dog! Yay! Very quick stick. Done. Be in class when you give a chicken talk next Wednesday, because your time change means you'll start 30 minutes before your class. Oh. Well, the first 30 minutes will be stoic. Oh wait, no, hang on. I'll start 30 minutes before your class, which so you'll only get the first 30 minutes if you watch it, which you won't, because you'll be probably doing more important things like preparing for class. Stoic tat. Stow-tato. Handle. And then we'll slap some quick colour on it and see how it goes. What do I want the handle to be like? Like that, basically. Okay, fine. I like how it's been working all the way over here. Because over here's going to be a room that we haven't even started yet. Dear. Want it to be a bit jank. Oh no! Cut them in half. You monster. If you got something on 2 layers and you want to cut one up to one of the other layers, you can select the layer that you want to cut with, as it were, create selection, and then go back to your original layer. Select multiply the thing, so that you only select that little bit there. As I say that, I'm thinking, like, do people know what select multiply is? Probably not. Nowhere does it tell you that's a thing. What's select multiply? Select multiply. So you can select, obviously. Ta-da. However, you can hold down modifier keys while you're selecting to do particular things. Or I believe they're also in selection mode over here somewhere off the screen. The buttons don't move when you resize it. There are various different modes with which you can select. I tend to hold down keys to modify. I think it just makes it slightly easier if you know them. So you can make a selection. You can then hold down shift to add more to your selection. There's more, adding even more things and joining them together. And this person's very happy. Look at them. You can then use subtract, which is holding down the alt key to get rid of bits in the selection that you don't want anymore. Like that. Get rid of all that, go away. Don't like you. Happy little friend. Or you can multiply, which is holding down both of the keys. And what that means is that what you're selecting is... It will only include things that are already selected. How can I explain it? In my head, it makes sense because it's a Boolean operation. So basically, I'll go like, okay, this is the selection I currently have, but I'm only interested in the legs. So what I'll do is I'll just surround that with a multiply, and boom, I've just got the legs. And so what I did here with the multiply thing was I selected this bucket thing, and I was going to go, okay, here's the selection around the bucket, and I'm going to use it to delete this part of the handle so that it can go behind the bucket. But if I do that straight away with just what I have selected, it'll get rid of this bit as well, and I don't want that. That's supposed to be in front. So either I could have subtracted that part and gone, don't delete that bit, or I could, what I did, because I was already zoomed in here, I multiply selected that bit, so that was the only bit that was selected and not the rest of the bucket. How's that different from deselecting the other part? It's the same. But if you have a complicated selection with lots of bits and bobs and things and so on and so forth, and it just automatically selects because you did a thing, and you're like, I want this bit. Boom. Now you could, if you wanted to, delete that and delete that and delete that and go get rid of that and all that sort of stuff, and then sort of select that bit and then like delete all the stuff around it somehow, like that. Oh, now I'm left with a sliver like that. It's just slightly more convenient if what you want is just a small part of the selection, and it's surprisingly useful once you know it's a thing and you internalize it. However, it's one of those tools where if you don't internalize it, you'll forget that it exists and you'll never use it. So it's annoying like that. Anyway, here's a handle. It's looking like a plasticine. Yeah, I like the idea it's got a ratty old handle. Oh no, glitch! All this technical talk. We glitched the carrot. Start the computer, close the program, panic! No! Oh, don't. I've had enough bloody computer-based nightmares.
Jammed.
Jammed. Thank you, Patrick. I haven't even done black and white yet, have I? Yeah. Just realised. I've done this all in dark grey and light grey. So just imagine what it's going to look like with black and white. Oh, happy little friend. Look at that. Already. You'll start to see a difference. Oops. I'm not working on layers, prove it. What happened there? Hang on. Oh, right, that happened there. Sorry, I'm doing layer shenanigans. Anyway.
It's blocked. Maybe there's another way in.
Shenanigans! Anyway, I'm gonna stop this. Much though I would love to carry on, time is a thing, and wrists are also a thing. Jammed! Jammed! You're just trying to get that one from yesterday, aren't you? I cannot remember how long ago I added those. Too jammed, I know! Too jammed, too furious. Rest the rest, everybody, rest the rest. Right. Ooh. Harry?
I can't open it. The handle's been taken off.
No, there's a hand. I added that handle. It's there. You can see it. Perfectly. Oh, I was going to add colour. You'll
the
see
lock
it
on the
eventually.
store is broken.
You'll see it. It's going to be fine. And then next Wednesday we'll do the room, I guess. And with that, swoosh. We'll see it and it will be pretty. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Thank you for chilling out with me on a Wednesday. We're making the most of the chilling out because soon there'll be a draw through and I'll have to draw constantly and talk constantly and oh god! But until then, we have tomorrow, presumably, a Chibi Nethers Day. Thank you for chill stream. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow, Chibi Nethers. Saturday will be War Turtles, I believe, if friends are all free and available. Click on the thing so that it goes whoosh. More Borderlandsing, hurrah! More clay. Probably not, actually. And then Sunday, Doodles with Friends, for which people may or may not be there. And then Tuesday, Hitman, and Wednesday, this more of there. Of course, like me trying to work out grammar in Dutch. There will be more clay. Hooray! A clay! Something. Yay! So I hope everybody had a lovely time. Maybe some pain and terror. I don't know when they come in. Pain and terror? Oh, right, yes. Sorry, I know what you're talking about. Was there anything else I was going to say? I seem to remember thinking that I should say something. Although that might be me remembering at the end of last stream that I forgot to tell you that there was something I unlocked in Hitman that you should see, which is like, you know, you can get like a little rubber duck distraction toy thing. I unlocked one of those, but with a little red tie and a black suit. And I never showed you. And I never will. But anyway. Got some funky little music here, which I will stop when we end. It's been a chill stream. Let's play some chill music. What's chill and short? I don't know. All my music's silly. I don't have anything chill. Yes, you will. Ah, dare you. We can make you if we can make you give a goblin slippers, we can make you show us the rubber duck. True. Invest in chill vibes. Okay, fine. We'll go with something. This is probably, this is the thing. This. Hang on, no, this. That one. That one? I can't remember where's what. Yeah, as far as that one. We'll do that one. It's a bit long. It's a couple of minutes. Don't worry about it. Thanks, Kira. What's that? Oh. Yeah, yo. I always get those mixed up. It's been a long time. Take care. Have a good time, everybody. Thank you for hanging around. Goodbye. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good week. I'll see you around. Odichi Malath to you too, miss. Buenas noches. El Turusta. Goodbye.